That's true. Naked Palpatine.
Oh, you pick that one. Fresh out of the clone tank, nude Palpatine is my
Well, that's the first thing I think of when you say Dark Empire Palpatine.
Fourth time's a charm. Hello, buddy. Welcome back to the Halo Expanded Universe. I need a weapon, and I only have a couple things to talk about. Spartan Assault, Spartan Strike, Halo. I think were originally phone mobile games, but they are no longer on the App Store. If they were, I could be wrong. I didn't do my research, but they are now on Steam, and they are like top-down RTSs like Halo Wars, but much shorter. And I don't know much to say about them because they're basically just all VR virtual missions. However, some of them are based on actual things because we have Sarah Palmer from Halo 4. She did a couple missions stopping things, saving the world, and then something to do with composers because actually during Halo 2 there was another set of ODSTs who were doing something, and that leads into after Halo 4 where there's a bunch of Prometheans who might go and kill everyone. So a bunch of Spartans, not Master Chief though, stopped it. That's it, that's accurate. But as I said, the whole thing is VR training for you, as you are also a Spartan 4 in training. And that's the gist of that. I really have nothing else to add further to that. And then you have Halo Escalation, specifically the next 72 hours, which I think are issues 8, 9, and 10, which are, a lot of people hate this one. I just don't like it because the art's not super incredible. But basically, Master Chief finishes Halo 4, immediately goes and does something else, and he meets up with Blue Team. So he's officially reunited with Blue Team. The last time he interacted with Blue Team was First Strike, which happened after Halo 1. And for him, I guess it's only been a few months, but for them, it's been years. So, but this is their reuniting, you know, which I guess he needs some of his old childhood friends since he no longer has Cortana with him to provide him company. But this is where people get really upset. Now, I don't know who you are, but for me, when Halo 4 came out, what was it, like 2013, 2011? 2012, something like that. I forget the year. It was early though. I don't think it was 2014 because I was Bungie with Destiny. I don't know. Anyway, I was in middle school when the game came out. I'm 23 now. And when I finished Halo 4, I thought, wow, the Didact's dead. And then I finished it a second time, like 2 years ago, with my brother experiencing it for the first time. We both thought the Didact was dead. I rewatched the cutscenes of the game, you know, to make this video, and he seemed to be dead. So there's a lot of people that get upset with this comic specifically because they're like, oh my god, how do you kill off a character in a comic book? Well, I mean, as far as I was aware, he was dead, so it doesn't really bother me that he happens to be alive in a comic book. That being said, do they really justify bringing him back in the expanded universe? Not really. He apparently didn't die after he fell in Halo 4. He survived, and he's just going back on everything. He's like, you know what? I guess if I can't compose everybody, I will use the Halo ring. However, I will make it so it will only take out human life somehow. And so that's his plan. So Blue Team and John must go and stop him. And stop him, they do in fact do. Another controversial thing, not that I really cared, because the comics that focused on Black Team were not great, in my opinion. They were not that interesting, but that's my bias as to not personally enjoying it. Somebody may love those comics and love those characters. For me, they were whatever. However, the reason that Master Chief and Blue Team even get the idea to go to a certain location is because they haven't heard back from another team. that happens to be Black Team. We talked about them a while back, but they just got murked off screen by the Didact, which I just thought was kind of lame and awful. But yeah, so it's a race against time. Master Chief's going up and fighting, and still Didact's way more powerful. But in the end, it seems, I may be a bit confused, but he gets composed himself. And it's seemingly the end of the Didact, never to be seen again. Only done in 3 issues, too, might I add. Feels very Empire's End, for those of you who know the Dark Empire comic books and Star Wars. It just did not feel satisfying. I mean, if you're going to kill him off in a comic book, you should have done it in like a 6-issue arc and really done something with him. But they don't do much with him. You introduced a new monitor. The monitor was pretty cool to see, I have to say. But again, there's not much going on here that's interesting. But it's here chronologically, and I don't hate it. Like, some people despise this comic. I think it's fine. I just think it's missed potential. See, this is coming from an Expanded Universe fan of both the Halo 1 and then the Star Wars Expanded Universe 1. And the problem with people today is what they want from their media is they want everything important to happen in a show or a movie or a video game. Therefore, what are you going to be able to tell in any extended media, whether that be comics or a book? Nothing, really. Nothing that will impact the world at large. Just character pieces, basically. Nothing to advance the plot, because everything important must happen in the visual medium. Hence, you rather limit the possibility of an EU. That was one of the positives about the Star Wars Expanded Universe, which, to this day, you have people arguing that it was never canon. It was. Sorry, you're just wrong if you say otherwise. You are factually wrong. But because the intent was 6 films, that's it, not making any more, that allowed freedom. That allowed the ability for the characters to move beyond what they were established in the movies. So we get all the Bantam era, where Luke and Han and Leia go through all these adventures. Then we go through the Del Rey era, where we get to the New Jedi Order, Darkness, Legacy of the Force, Fate of the Jedi, Crucible, all these things, because they could finally go past what the visual medium showed. But there's just a different mindset and mentality with fans these days. They want everything to be, it has to be on screen or it doesn't truly count, which is just disappointing. Because why are you going to waste your time reading a bunch of books if they don't ultimately matter? Now, 343 is better at this than most, because they actually do care and they do implement stuff. And then people get pissed in the video games, I don't understand what's happening. And that's fair enough. But, I thought the Didact was dead, I guess, is my main point. So the idea of bringing him back in a comic and then killing him off again, that's something for fans of the EU to enjoy. Here's a big event, but, you'd still be, it's not like they left him alive and then just, if they had left the Didact alive in Halo 4, or seemingly alive, and then just cut to Halo 5, I could get the anger. But the fact is, if you wanted to just play the games, you'd be none the wiser. You'd be like, okay, yeah, he's dead. That's it. So the idea of bringing it back in the EU to make fans have something to look forward to in, extended media is a good idea to me. 343, if you're listening, that's a good idea. It's just the execution of what they actually did with it in those comics, I feel, was very lackluster and demanded a lot more than was given. So that's basically my piece. I think 343, or whoever's in the future is in charge of Halo, should continue to make the Expanded Universe be something important and impactful to the wider universe. Just do it in a way where it won't feel like a huge loss if somebody hasn't read it, to play the next game, but also could add way more enjoyment of a game if they did read it. And then also, not be cheap and short with it like they kind of were with these 3 issues. Overall, it was fine. It was nothing incredible, nothing great. I did enjoy seeing Master Chief be with Blue Team again, and by the end of it, they're like, you should really take a rest. You've been non-stop fighting since Halo 2. You have not stopped. You got frozen and immediately went back to work. Take a break. And right now, Master Chief is dealing with the loss of Cortana, and he does not want his mind to stop and think about it, really. So he immediately is like, F all of you, I'm going back with Blue Team, we're just going to keep doing missions. I'm not taking a break, ever. And so we'll see if the Expanding Verse dwells into that at all before Halo 5. But that's basically it for that. Up next, we'll have Halo Renegades by Kelly Gay. So until next time, guys, let's finish the fight.